things where you can just double click it and it'll roll and tell you whether you get a success or a hard success or extreme success.
Okay. Oh, so just like in the normal... So I'm clicking on like... Oh, okay. Oh, I failed that hardcore!
Oh, and if you drag from the little box, it'll actually do with it as a hard, like a hard or a...
Oh, yeah, it will.
You do what?
You can, if you drag from like the main box, it'll do a regular. Or if you drag from the other two boxes on the right, it'll actually like say that you failed it as whatever it was.
I see.
So it's what, regular, hard, and extreme?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can actually drag it from the specific location.
Yep. So, and does everyone have their luck figured out? Did you roll for luck?
Son of a bitch! I didn't do that.
So roll 3d6.
3d6.
And multiply it by 5.
55.
You got 55 luck. It's on your main page.
If you're 19,
55.
if you're 19 or younger, you get to roll twice and pick the higher value.
Ooh.
Can I pretend like I'm 19?
Nope.
Babies are lucky.
Babies are lucky.
So luck. Okay. I can give you guys the basics of what I understand of this is that if you guys are trying to do something kind of above and beyond, you'll just be role playing it out until I decide that you're doing something that may require a roll for you to succeed, something that may be more difficult. So I just ask for the skill. If you roll equal to or under your number, it's a success. If you roll less than half of your skill, it's considered a hard success, and less than 1/5 of your skill is an extreme success.
Extreme!
If I decide that something is like a little bit extra hard to do, I may call for a hard roll. It looks like in the books, it's very rare for a keeper to have something like, say, to tell you up front, like, you need an extreme success to do this, other than like really rare corner cases. So most of the time, it's going to either be like a regular or hard success that you're going to be looking for.
Gotcha.
But there are two things you can do, outside of combat at least, and these are kind of the core parts of the game, is that one thing you can do is you can push a roll. So if you rolled like your climb and you failed, like Lester just failed a climb check, there's two things he could do at that point. He could push a roll, which means he just gets to re-roll that skill. But if he fails, there's now a worse consequence. If you fail if you push your luck, basically, if you push your roll and you fail the second time, then something bad will happen to you that wouldn't have happened if you had just failed on your own. The second thing you can do is spend luck points. So it keeps telling you, like, spend 18 of your luck to succeed, that kind of thing. Spend 22 of your luck to succeed. Basically what that means is you can spend your luck, and on a point-for-point basis, you push down your roll. So, like, if Lester rolled the climb, he got a 43, it's telling you Lester could spend 18 in luck points to drop it down to a 25 and succeed at that climb check. That luck's gone. Your luck is reduced by that number.
Does it ever come back, or is it gone?
Yes, it does. It not easily. Yeah, it doesn't come back well, I don't think. It's like at the end of a scenario, you get a certain amount back, but it's not much. It's like a D6 or something.
Gotcha.
And that's important because the lower your luck is, one of the things I can do if you guys are kind of riffing off of things and trying to solve problems, like, I don't know, if you're running down the street and find a car, you could say, are the keys in the car? Well, I can make you roll a luck roll. And if you succeed, sure, there's keys in the car.
Gotcha.
Fail, no. So, like, luck in general is a good thing to have, because in a pinch, I can always just say, everyone roll a luck, and we'll see who's lucky. So those are kind of the two ways you can manipulate your rolls. In combat, I don't think you're allowed to push your rolls in combat. I think it's just what you get's what you get. But you are allowed to use your luck in combat. You just can't like roll a second time to push the roll. So yeah, basically spending luck and pushing are the two different things you can. That's basically all of the mechanics of the game. There's a little more specific stuff in combat. Around, it's not broken down into like movements or actions or anything like that. It's just you can do whatever is kind of reasonable. You can basically do one thing plus move, and kind of do whatever is reasonable for a round. Yeah. And there's chases, which have their own specific set of rules. So we have Professor Milton Wagner. Oh, look at that. I like your clothes. I'm snooping.
Spent money on that credit rating, or spent points on that credit rating. I had so many points. So many points. Do you have a Magnum pocket encyclopedia? Maybe.
Sweet. So.
Yeah, at least a pocket, actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. Why not? All right, so we got Milton Wagner, who's a very, very smart man. Very, very smart. Is his job being smart?
His job is being smart.
Nice.
That's what I am for.
Eugene Williams, who is a parapsychologist. Nice.
I feel like my character wasn't nerdy enough, so I'm about to change my image.
Nice.
The world is a lie!
The world is a lie.
Eugene Williams.
Lester. Soldier. So we got kind of two fighting types and two brainsy types, huh?
There we go.
Like.
Dan, I just want you to know that I follow your work very intensely.
All right.
Because that is what I rolled, and I'm so excited.
Nice.
I published several articles. It's one of my personal skills, writing.
What is one of your most famous articles?
I don't know, but you probably read it. Kind of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books.
Wow.
Nice. Skills. Is combat under skills? No. Reference? Oh, maybe it's because I'm in the wrong book. Maybe I should be opening the Keeper's Handbook.
References.
Is combat in here? Do you guys want to try a quick combat just to see what it's like in here?
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
I punch
Alright.
Abe.
Challenger.
No!
What do I roll?
Don't punch me!
I don't. I am. This is very new to me.
Hard success. I punch you so hard.
I only have brawling.
Everyone dies.
And I'm going to miss
Probably.
every time. Can I use my walking cane as a weapon?
Sure. That would be under fighting brawl.
Okay. Well, I don't have the skill with it, but can it do the...
Everyone has a base 25.
Yeah. Okay.
That is something that everyone starts with.
Okay.
Everyone knows how to throw a punch, at least a quarter of the time.
Can I make my walking cane a weapon? Damage?
I don't think it matters. I think brawling is always just 1d3.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure, though.
Because it says under chapter 10 reference, hold on. Where did I see it? A club. That's large, though. Makes the damage 1d8 plus DB. What's DB?
Damage bonus.
Boom!
Based on your build.
I stab everyone in the face.
Wait back, I'm gonna make some tea.
Scrapping.
Fist fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm never gonna hit anybody.
That's fair. That's why there are chase rules for when you run
That's right.
away.
That's right. There's one thing I've learned by playing the Call of Cthulhu RPGs. It's okay to run away
It's okay to
and
die.
leave your friends behind.
Yep. Right.
Do we actually do you have levels per se?
No. Oh man. Oh man.
Nah. Yeah, the only way you level up is by surviving and then rolling improvement.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
On your
Oh,
investigations.
speaking some language.
Languages.
I'm educated. It doesn't actually. Oh, crazy! So it doesn't actually just tell me what it is, even though I'm the one that spoke it. I still have to try to understand it. Well, it says Jimmy Smelly, so there you go.
Oh. I was making drinks earlier and I was putting lime wedges in them, and Danica really wanted one, so I put some lime juice in her water cup. And I think that she kept calling it pepper juice. So I think she just thought I was squeezing a green pepper into all of our cups, because then she was like, pepper juice. Delicious. Thank you, Mama. Pepper juice. Okay.
That's amazing.
Pepper juice.
I'm gonna roll my Latin. Was it Latin?
Latin.
I'm gonna say that's probably a hard success.
Like that time I stabbed you with a knife, it'll be the only time.
Boom. Succeeded.
Boom! Nailed it.
I know what it says.
I'm super good at finding shit.
I'm good. I'm super good at punching shit.
Did you say poetry shit? I can't.
I said punching shit.
Excuse me,
I bet
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
could you
know,
tell us some poetry?
I'm really good at using libraries,
Wow.
except for that time. That time I wasn't good.
I feel like you're not.
Jimmy writes poetry about, I don't remember her name. What's her name? Rosie. Her name's Rosie.
I feel like
Jimmy
you
writes
Oh, that's
poetry
sweet.
about Rosie, and it's really good. It's like, oh Rosie, my Rosie, you smell like a rose to me.
That's
Wow.
good.
Your lips are soft like rose petals when I kiss them at night.
Wow, that was. It's very
Well done,
believable.
Jimmy. Well done.
I also feel like Jimmy is the kind of person to be like, and boobs. So I'm just, throwing it out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Whoa, too much. There we go. A little light blue. A little hint of lavender.
That's nice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I failed real bad.
So first things first. There is no initiative. Well, there's initiative, but you don't roll initiative. It's just your dexterity is your initiative.
Mhm.
Always.
Dexterity is.
My dexterity is so good.
So the combat tracker is actually still a thing, so you can still open the combat tracker.
Mhm.
Okay. Nope, that's a
So
dex.
I see. It's just initiative is
Nope, that's
Yep.
dexterity.
Oh,
That's
there
it.
it is.
Yeah, Jimmy's so dexterous.
God damn it, Jimmy.
Dexterous. Real dexterous, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I just shot you with my gun.
Oh!
You want to make it a hard success? Just kidding.
Spent 22 luck. Boom, insta kill. You're dead.
Oh, there's a zombie. I'm not feeling good about that. Oh,
Yep,
Professor Milton.
There's. I figured we'll just try a zombie. It's easy little zombie.
Yeah,
Call of
it's not
Cthulhu.
easy.
Easy peasy.
You have 6 hit points? Son of a bitch.
What?
I even have more hit points than you do.
How is
How do you
that?
only have 6?
Oh,
You're
wait.
so weak.
I think I
Strength
got
plus
punched.
dex.
Did I get punched?
You're so weak ass.
Because it
No.
says
I
max
get
is
some
10 and current is 6.
Oh, yep. Someone must have
I
punched
didn't
you.
target you though.
You son of a bitch.
Well.
I mean, I said I was punching you, but I didn't target you.
I don't know. Or maybe it's whenever you added those points to. If you added points to strength or something, that might have been what happened.
Maybe.
So yeah, you can bump. You can bump
So
it up.
should it be 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, okay.
So basically, on your index order. So
Jimmy!
I don't know how I reset.
Jimmy! Oh, it's a spider?
There's Jimmy.
I don't like
There's
that.
Jimmy. So on your turn in dex order, highest to lowest, each character may use their action to initiate an attack using fighting or firearms, to perform a fighting maneuver, to flee from combat, or to cast a spell. So at any point, anyone can just say they flee. They're running.
Mhm.
It's just the thing. But you're out of the combat. It may start a chase. You know, if you're choosing to run away and they're deciding to follow after you. You can elect to delay acting until another character has acted if you want. Is it easy? That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know what that was. Okay, so Jimmy, what are you wanting to do? So we're in a house. You guys are investigating a house, and a zombie crawls out of the bathtub. While you're
Why
Okay.
is it in the bathtub?
I think it might be a
Shambles out of
person,
the
so I'm not gonna shoot it. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him in the face. No, I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab the. Is the bathroom old and in disrepair, or is it like new and pristine?
It's old. This is an old rundown.
Excellent. I'm
Dilapidated
gonna
house.
grab the toilet and yank it up off the floor and
Okay.
bash the zombie with it.
Jeez, oh man, Jimmy.
Wow. Wow.
Like
dude.
just the tank lid or the whole toilet?
Like, do you do this every time you see a guy come out?
Yeah.
That's
I don't
pretty
like-
extreme.
I'm the juggernaut.
I don't like to be startled. Just a tank lid.
Okay.
Just the lid.
All right, so you can roll your now. So you're rolling your fighting brawl.
Is this a regular difficulty?
Yes. So you're using fighting. When someone is using fighting against another person, the defender gets to either choose to dodge or fight back. If they choose to dodge, they win ties. If they choose to fight back, the attacker wins ties.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So it's choosing to fight back.
Okay.
With its bite.
Jimmy, that's
Failed.
not good, Jimmy.
I'm gonna spend 4 of my luck.
do that.
Okay.
Do that, Jimmy.
Oh,
Oh,
So you
that
didn't
was
actually-
hard.
You don't actually get to. You don't get to. You didn't have to choose that first. Yeah. So you would have seen its roll before you would have. You'd choose whether you're spending luck. Because you roll simultaneously.
Okay.
You roll at the same time.
I'm spinning
You
luck.
know. How much luck are you spending? You'd have to go down to an extreme success
Oh
to
no!
tie it.
Oh
Jesus.
no! Extreme success for me is 15.
So you'd have to spend 64 points.
Oh, that's like all my luck.
Yeah.
No, I just get bit.
It's
Okay.
just a preview. Blow it all.
No, I get bit. Let's see how bad it is.
Oh, actually, first off, I need you to make me a sanity roll.
Oh no, a sanity roll.
Yeah. Because as this thing shambles out of the bathroom, scrabbling at the... It has little, like...
A fail.
You failed. You failed, man.
I scream a little.
So... You
Jimmy, is that
suffer
you?
2 sanity damage. So your
Okay.
sanity score is reduced by 2
Okay.
at the terror you see. What's your max sanity?
45. No, my
Okay.
max is 99.
not-
My current's 45.
Current's 45. Okay. I think if you ever take over 10% of your current sanity in damage, you have a chance of going temporarily insane.
Oh, if you take like, okay, in one hit. All right.
Yes. So this thing does end up biting you as you try to brawl at it. It lunges in and bites you for 1 damage.
Okay.
And that's your turn. And are you staying toe to toe with it?
Yeah, I scream in its face.
Ooh,
Nice.
intense.
Good job, Nick.
Wow.
All right. Eugene Williams is up.
Clearly this
You
man is
see-
just ill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my small pocket knife and using the pummel of it, I'm gonna try to knock him out.
Make a sanity roll.
Oh
I
god.
forgot that.
How do I do that? Do I just click on sanity?
You can just drag your current sanity over.
Yeah. It's
40,
clearly a
10.
man who's sick.
All right. So you keep your grips about you as this thing as you see this humanoid, this man basically lunge out of the bathroom. Jimmy grabs the tank lid and starts trying to bash at it, but as he does, unexpectedly, instead of just sort of trying to block the blow, this thing lunges for Jimmy and bites him on the arm.
Now I'm a
Jimmy,
zombie.
now I have to kill you. Now I have to put
I'm
you
gonna
down.
eat your brains.
I once read a case of rabies, which drove a man insane. So then I swing my attack from my knife,
Okay.
my pocket knife. Okay. I didn't do very well.
So you fail.
So I swing past it and I daintily kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was moving anyways, and I want to step back away from this clearly deranged man.
Nice. All right, Lester.
All right, Lester.
Oh wait, I forgot something. I'm gonna have to get used to this as well. So you rolled your knife attack. It is going to fight back again. So
Son of a bitch.
you can only how does this work? It's fighting back. Something about multiple outnumbered. Here it is. Once a character has either fought back or dodged in the present combat round, all subsequent melee attacks on them are made with 1 bonus die. This does not apply with firearms. So if you guys are all ganging up and pummeling someone, every attack after the first usually has a bonus die, which means basically it's down below the chat box. There's a +1B. You roll the 10s die twice is basically what that means. So and then you take the better of them. So sort of like advantage.
So So I'm gonna
Dave
get
should
it.
have had advantage.
Well, characters and monsters that have more than one attack may also dodge or fight back that number of times before the bonus die is applied. And this zombie has 3 attacks.
Oh no.
So it is going to fight back.
What?
Yes. It is going to fight back. See. It also fails.
Yeah.
So so it has like 3 attacks per round, so it can like fight back twice and then also attack on its initiative.
On its initiative, it's going to attack 3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
So it can attack 3 times and also just fight back every single time?
Sure. But also, when it attacks you, you also can fight back.
Okay.
Or dodge.
Okay.
3 times.
Jimmy, I need you to take care of this man.
So yes, you try to stab in, and it turns towards you with this snarling rictus on its face, and it startles you back. Although, in your stumbling backwards, it misses at a swipe it takes at you. Now, Lester, it's your turn.
Okay. Lester is kind of startled. Whoa! And then
Make a sanity roll.
fail.
Nice. You take 1 sanity damage. Remember where it started, guys, because we're going to go back to normal after this.
And then he just unloads with his shotgun at the zombie.
All right. All right. So this is different. Whenever you're using firearms, you don't get the option to fight back.
The attacker or the victim?
The defender.
Defenders.
I'm just scrolling forward to firearms. Here it is. So basically, there's kind of range and stuff. We're going to say that the shotgun is within a regular difficulty level base range, within its base range. So we're fine. The longer you go, basically, I would ask for hard or extreme. Extreme.
Should I roll regular firearms?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your firearms. So I think the only thing it can do is dodge. Just scrolling ahead to see. Fail! You could spend luck if you wanted to succeed. Although, let me see if it actually does get to dodge. I'm not sure that it does. It could dive for cover, which is a penalty die.
Die.
Yeah. So firearms roll is not opposed. The difficulty is determined by range, with various other factors granting penalty or bonus dice. I guess you can't actually dodge bullets.
That makes sense.
So a target that is aware of being fired upon may react by diving for cover, jumping behind a physical barrier, throwing oneself on the floor, or ducking and diving at speed. Or, which would be a penalty die. It's a zombie, so it doesn't know enough to do that. So yes, you hit if you spend your 4 points.
Sure, I'll spend 4 points luck.
All right.
Keep track of my normal luck.
Okay, so you hit.
How do I determine damage?
Damage. Where is it? I think they're. Let's see. Items. Firearms.
There's an equipment table, but they didn't really describe any stats for equipment.
If you pull up the items thing, and then there are guns, you can drag it over on your main page. It'll create a ranged attack for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. First of all, there's a flamethrower and an elephant gun. Why are you not using those?
Let's do a sawed-off 12 gauge.
Sure.
Drag that shit on there. Okay, now is it showing up on my name page? There we go. Alright, now how do I actually roll this? There we go. Okay.
Boom.
Kaboom!
Jesus.
All right. So you have,
Good. 4d6.
yeah. So you have dealt a major wound to this thing, which means you've dealt more than its maximum, more than half of its hit points is a major wound. This guy says major wounds delivered to the body will result in a loss of a limb. Otherwise, ignore damage except to the head.
Has it been 10 minutes since I've
So, you fire off a shotgun blast at this thing. Normally, a shotgun blast at this range is easily enough to kill most things in one shot. You know this. Instead, you fire at the shoulder of this man, and basically the entire shoulder and arm gets blown off, chunking against the back wall of the bathroom, and it staggers back a few steps, but then levels its eyes at you and lunges.
Eek!
I think he's clearly just ill, gentlemen.
So it is going to take 3 attacks as it lunges in. So it's going to take 1 at each of the 3 people who have already acted here.
Son of a bitch.
So I'm going to go in order.
Impossible.
Impossible. That's right. Jimmy.
So we can either
First.
dodge or
Duck.
hit back.
Or fight back.
Fight back.
And now's a good time we can bring up that there are also maneuvers. If you have a goal other than simply inflicting physical harm, such as disarming the opponent, knocking them over, or pushing them, it can be resolved with a maneuver. So basically, what happens here is you compare builds with people. So like this creature has a build of 0. I think you might have a build of 1.
I have a build of 1.
Yeah. So you compare builds.
Oh, my build sucks.
Yeah.
I only have a build of 1.
I have a build of 0.
Once they're only like -1, 0, 1. I think it might go up to 2 in like really extreme cases, or like big monsters are gonna have higher builds. But
Got a build of 0.
if the character performing the maneuver has a smaller build than their opponent, then you take a penalty die for each point of difference.
Penalty dies are down at the bottom.
Yes.
That's 1p plus 2p.
Yep. So, like, if you wanted to do something fancy, you
Can I
could do
use a
that.
maneuver as my fight back?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to fight back. Is there a shower curtain?
Roll your luck. Roll your luck. Let's see if there's a shower curtain.
Regular
Yeah.
success.
Yeah, sure. There's still a shower curtain hanging.
For my fight back, I would like to try to like wrap/tangle it in the shower curtain.
Okay.
Like knock it into the bathtub, tangle it in the shower curtain.
Okay. So. Make the I think you can do it. I'm actually just seeing if you can actually do it on the defense.
Mhm.
Probably. I think you probably can. It's fine. Let's do it. So Maneuver attack roll. So you would have a bonus dice because you're one bigger.
Okay.
And so it's going to do its thing.
Am I rolling my brawl or something else?
Yeah. So y'all both got regular successes. And you got your bonus. Yeah, bonus die. So in the case of both of them had regular successes, now what you do for a tiebreaker is you check their skills. The zombie has a skill of 30. And what's your skill?
75.
So you have the higher skills, so you win the tie. So your maneuver goes off, and you are able to push him over.
Tangle him in the shower curtain.
Sure. Do it. I'm going to say that because of that, it's going to have a penalty die in attacking the other two.
Yeah.
Or on its next attack, let's say. Yeah, let's say its next attack. So, Eugene, it's going to try to attack you as well. Would you like to dodge? Or...
I would. I think I will. Still feeling that this is clearly just a deranged human being. We'll try to just kind of jump out of the way. In fact, I want to jump into the tub.
That's why I just pushed it.
Oh shit! I may or may not have been talking to Professor So and So. I want to jump on the other side of the tub.
All right.
You're gonna trip and fall in the tub with the zombie.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably exactly what's gonna happen. Oh, he fumbled. That's got to be good, right?
Fumble.
It's
Fumble.
because he's wrapped in the shower curtain.
Yeah, it's trying to get out, and it actually just stumbles down into the thing.
He's deranged. We need to help the poor boy.
Jimmy says, "You're welcome."
And I'm going to say it loses its last attack on Lester because of that. Yep. So, Professor.
All right, I roll my sanity first.
Yes, please. This is normally probably something I would have you guys do as soon as the combat starts. You take 1 sanity.
Sanity. Okay.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. The professor says, "I think you're all deranged. You just shot that man. How is he getting back up? I'm going to call the authorities." And he starts to hobble away.
All right. Are you wanting to use your action to escape the fight?
Yes. Yep.
All right. GTFO. All right. Cool. So you're out. And then it goes back to Jimmy.
Jimmy.
All right, I am going to. This has gotten real weird. So I'm going to pull out my revolver, my handgun. It's not a revolver; it's just a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to, while it's tangled up in the bathtub, just like, boom, point blank, base of the skull.
Oh Jesus!
This thing's not natural.
So if you're firing at point blank, it actually has a bonus die.
Boom. Okay.
A bonus die.
Uh-huh.
Extreme success.
Extreme success. On an extreme success, I think something extreme happens.
Better.
Extreme.
Regular damage is a result of any single attack that deals damage equal to less than half of the character's maximum hit points in the single blow. Nope, that's not what we want. Major wound recovery. The rules are like weirdly laid out. And they don't just say, like, what weapons normally deal. Alright. Impale. I'm glad we're doing a little tester because this is a little more complicated than I thought. So I know. So on an extreme success, I know that an impale happens, which I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, because you're using in firearms or bladed weapons. On an extreme success, you get an impale. I'm just trying to figure. I think that's an extra D10 damage.
Okay.
I think.
I feel like that's a good amount.
It's real good. No, yeah, getting shot is real bad.
This is real bad.
Unless you're a zombie.
Yeah, then it's real good.
9.
9.
Who's this guy?
So
That's what I wanted to make my
shoot it,
character.
and,
Future character.
and this big hole blows a chunk in its chest.
Yeah.
But it still turns towards you and groans and starts like tearing away the curtain that's around it.
That ain't natural. He should be dead.
Oh, for sure.
Look, there's a reason for
That's what Jimmy
everything.
says.
And he's just angered. You try to strangle him with that thing.
And then you shot him in the head.
Jimmy like backs away with his gun hand shaking.
So he's currently in the tub with a bullet wound wrapped up in the shower curtain.
And a missing arm, right?
Missing arm and this big hole in its big gaping wound. Wait, no, you were shooting it in the head?
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
sorry.
a whole different set of rules.
Yeah, well, I should have had you have a penalty die. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Is that like a called shot thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it would just negated your bonus die.
Bonus for
It's fine.
close range. Okay.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you shoot it in the head, then yeah, the head just sort of explodes into the thing and it slumps down, silent after all. And it dies.
Oh.
But then it gets back up.
Nope.
Oh.
No, you killed it. You killed it. You need to shoot it in the head.
Real good.
Now is a fun time for us to well, let's just try it because we're doing it. So I am starting a chase as Professor Milton Wagner is running out of the house.
Get out of there.
He hears a scrambling noise coming from under the porch as he gets onto the front walkway, and looking behind him, he sees another one of these beasties between him and the car, and he has no choice but to run. So what I've done in the combat tracker is I added a chase.
Your little feet.
Yep. So it's the last. I don't know if you can see him, but it's the for Zombie and Professor Wagner.
Yeah, they have little feet on them.
Okay. Okay. So they opened up whenever I opened them up.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
So.
Dude, your move sucks.
Yep.
Wow.
Your move is 3.
I'm telling you, he's hobbly.
Oh no.
I'm getting going.
It's gonna be good. Okay, so for chases, I actually just read this today. First off, we established the chase. We're going to roll a con roll, each of us. This is to see how we're doing.
The zombie and professor or everyone?
Zombie and Professor for now.
Gotcha.
Look at that. Super fail.
I feel like that's real bad.
Super fail. Okay.
Hmm.
So fail means we subtract 1 from your move. Oops.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Could you even go any slower? Jeez, Gramps.
So old.
Oh wait. Hold on. There we go. So what you actually want to do is what I did is I dragged the move, the 3 for the move.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it'll actually register it as a failure.
I see.
Now your move's only 2.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
This is not going to be a good chase for you. All right, so the zombie succeeds, so it gets its full move of 8. So what you do, you compare speeds. So we kind of set it up so that the person running is always 2 ahead.
Aha!
Whoa.
So you're always 2 spots ahead of the chasers, and basically the slowest chasee
Mhm.
will be at the front. Like if for instance, like Eugene was in here too,
Mhm.
but he was moving at a speed of 5, he would be 3 steps ahead of you. So he would be up here, for instance.
By the TV.
Except he has an 8, so he probably would actually be up here.
I'm so fast.
Because 2's real slow.
Yipes.
That's funny. But the chasers, in this case the zombie, always starts 2 steps behind you. Basically, you always pick up the chase right as they're starting to catch up to you. So he starts 2 steps behind you. Again, you keep acting in initiative order. The slowest person, which in this case would be Professor Milton Wagner, always gets 1 action. Everyone else gets a number of actions, 1 plus the difference between moves. In this case, the zombie has 8, you have 2, so it gets 6 more actions than you do. So it gets 7 actions.
Oh, shit.
This is a very extreme case.
Extreme!
Yes, very extreme chase.
Wow.
Case.
Milton.
So this zombie, since it goes first, is going to use 2 of its actions to move forward 2 spaces. It has 5 more actions.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Time to re-roll that character.
We're just not going to get into a situation like this. Fine.
That's right. This is a good example of what could happen. It's just a possibility of what could happen. So it's going to take three attacks with 3, because it has 3 attacks.
Good luck with that.
So it fails. It doesn't have a great skill at it, though. I mean, it's pretty slow. Oops, it got you.
Regular success.
Yep, it got you.
How many hit points do you have? 1?
For 3
Ow!
damage.
My ass.
And then it'll take a 3rd bite at you.
Does it apply the damage automatically, or do I do that?
It did not. I probably could have rolled it on.
Okay.
Let me try it.
Okay.
Try it.
Roll it on me.
It did it.
It did it. Nice.
Regular damage.
I'll
So
take that over
it,
the first one. If that's okay.
yeah, sure, no problem. So move. It took 3 bites for another 3 actions. Normally they don't have this many actions.
Right.
It has 2 more things.
Though I feel like anything that's chasing Professor Milton Wagner will have this many actions.
That's probably true. Although, does he have the drive skill?
He does not have the drive skill. He does not take driving as a hobby. He
'Cause-
focused more on writing and painting.
He does not
Makes
drive.
sense.
He is driven.
He's driven, exactly.
Makes sense.
Wow. Because if you're doing a vehicle chase, you would use your instead of Constitution, it would be your drive skill. So it has 2 more actions. I don't even know what it's
It's gonna bite everything.
it's out of bites.
It's gonna bite everything.
Yeah, it's just harrying you with its claws and everything. So,
Get off of me!
Professor Milton
This is
Wagner,
a
you
brand
have
new suit!
one action.
I have one action.
You have one action. What would you like to do? So
So I
moving.
can either move forward, away
Yep.
from it, right?
Yep. Oh,
I'm gonna instead turn around and say, "Get off me, you rapscallion!" And I'm gonna whack it with my cane.
sure. Ahead of you, I'm going to edit this chase a little bit. I'm going to say that we have a hazard.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I'm going to
Probably
say
just like a 10-inch
Twig.
high wall.
so it is. This is before. We'll say it's before 4. So it's really right ahead of you. To get out of this yard, you're somehow going to have to get in front of this fence.
Oh boy!
It's a cement walkway with no handrails.
What will I do?
My kryptonite.
Why?
Boom.
Gulp.
So there's a fence you see in front of you.
Does
Surrounding
that
the
show
yard.
up on our? Does that show up on our little chase thing?
It should? Does it?
I don't
see
see
it.
anything.
Oh.
Like
how do
what kind of symbol is it?
It is a exclamation point. No, it's like right in front of your little running man.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't
Must be
know. Maybe that's
Hidden from
intentional.
players.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
must
maybe
be.
that's for you.
So yes, that's actually smart because then I can set them up ahead of time, and
Mhm.
and you won't be like, oh, there's rocks coming. There's a snake
the other way.
coming.
There's a snake in my boot.
Somebody poisoned the water hole.
All right. So
All right.
you want to take a whack at this thing?
I'm gonna take a whack with my walking cane, which I put in as a nightstick, the equivalent of a nightstick.
Sure.
It's 1d6 damage, so it still uses my brawl, which is terrible, by the way. Nah!
Thing's gonna bite you back.
Failed.
Well, this thing fumbled. So I'm going to say
Oh.
that it is going to. It's fumbled.
Bites itself.
Yeah, no, I think that it's going to lose. I was going to say it's going to lose like some actions, but it has so many more actions than you. This normally I would just say, okay, it fumbles, it
Fell
stumbles
over.
to the ground,
Right.
it's going to lose like a couple of its actions if it has multiple actions, or maybe even if it only gets one action around, you can say
Right.
it loses like 3 actions, so the next 3 actions it's standing up or something like that. In this case, it loses 3 actions, but it doesn't matter
Alright, doesn't
because
matter.
it has so many
I
actions.
can crawl faster than I can walk.
That's right. Yes. So yeah, that's basically what the chase would look like, where I can set up kind of hazards along the way, which
Okay,
I might
cool.
have specific skills in mind for how you overcome them. There are 2 things. They're either called hazards or barriers. Hazards, if you fail the skill check, something bad happens to you, but you get past it anyway. So like in the case of the fence, it delays you. Maybe it takes a little bit of extra time, so you lose your next action. Or maybe you stumble and take a little bit of damage, but you still get past the fence. Barriers, if you don't succeed in whatever I'm wanting you to succeed at, you can't get past the barrier. So if I said the fence was maybe a 10-foot tall fence, then I would consider that a barrier. Unless you figured out some way to deal with that 10-foot tall fence, you're not getting past it. In this case, I would say it's like a white picket fence. You're gonna get over it. It's just, are you getting over it like falling on the ground, or are you vaulting it expertly? That kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure that even if I hit this guy, I have a -2 to my damage bonus.
Oh no! Oh no! You chose this, Dane. You
I did
chose.
choose this.
That's amazing.
But you're really good at looking
He
at
fights with
libraries.
his mind, but
That's
not
right.
like with psychic powers or anything. He just reads books.
That's right. Amazing.
Mind is the most powerful weapon.
That's right.
That's right. And there are rules for like having people jump into chases later, like adding people to chases. One of the cool things about chases is that if you have people who are running away that have a faster move than the fastest of the chasers. So if we had 3 zombies with like a speed of 6, 7, and 8, let's say, and you guys all had like, well, 3, 8, 9, 10. If the 9 and 10, if they wanted to, since they rolled faster than the fastest of the zombies, they can just say, I win the chase, I get away, I'm out.
See ya.
Likewise, if this ever happens that the slowest chaser is slower than the slowest of the chasees. Wait, how does that work? Yeah, so like if for somehow Dane had like a 3 speed, or maybe rolled a success and got a 4 speed, or a hard success and got a 4 speed, but the slowest chaser got a 3, they just fall behind. They can never catch up. So the only time the people who are chasing can actually keep up is if their speed matches or exceeds the people who are being chased. So
I see.
that initial speed roll is very important in chases, because it might just be you roll once and you're like, oh, we all are faster except Dane.
You can use luck on that roll.
Yes, I think.
Everybody with
45
Dane
to
can.
burn.
But the people that are going really fast can choose to like stay behind and help the people that are slow.
Yeah.
Just probably the way that it's
we-
going to happen.
Would you? Abe, your character would.
I totally
He
would, in a
idolizes
heartbeat.
me. Rightly so.
Yeah,
It depends
obviously.
it'll depend on whether or not if I've been paid or not yet.
How is your movement rate so slow? How? How
I
is it so
have a
slow?
20, I have a 20 dex. So
Oh my god!
according to this, because it was my lowest roll. I started with 25, but then I had to take 40 points from strength, constitution, and dexterity. So I don't think I couldn't have left
Because you won't.
dexterity alone. I had to take something from it. So
Nope. That's amazing. Amazing. Oh man, you're gonna get eaten.
we'll see.
We'll
If I
see.
outsmart them.
That's right.
If I found some key clue.
You might find a key clue. You might.
Oh my
Guys,
yeah,
I found the clue. Ah!
Well, most of my Call of Cthulhu characters have gone. Yeah, it says
Sweet.
15 is slow and clumsy, poor motor skills for fine manipulation.
Nice.
So I'm between. I'm a little better than that, but yeah, I'm a hobbled old man.
That's
It's
amazing.
got some old injury.
Amazing. Yeah. I think that's a little primer on how the action stuff goes. There's going to be a lot of like figuring stuff out.
I was gonna say, let's not get involved in a lot of that.
Yeah. I think for sure it's where like the game is most clunky is with the combat stuff. But yeah, the basic thing is like melee stuff. You can either fight back or dodge, and if you fight back, you have to succeed higher. But I think in your case, Rachel, you were fighting back, and you chose a maneuver to fight back.
Yeah.
So ties would have gone to him since
Okay.
you were fighting back. Since you were like defending and choosing to fight back rather than dodge.
Right.
But you would have still gotten the bonus dice because you're
Point blank.
because that's when you were trying to throw him as a
okay.
maneuver.
Right.
So I think you would have rolled with the bonus die, but you would have had to have a higher level of success than him.
Okay.
I think you did anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I had like an extreme success or something.
Right.
Extreme.
Anywho, that's Call of Cthulhu. That's what I got for you guys for today.
Exciting.
A couple little things.
I'm
So
excited.
don't forget to reset your sanity and your luck
I don't think
and your
I
hit
used
points.
any. So is it the current sanity what it started at tonight? Like I'm at 70, or is it actually
Yes.
99?
No, so 99. Everyone's max sanity is 99. That's because You guys have never encountered the mythos.
Mythos.
So as you guys learn more and open up your mind, the investigator's handbook,
More
the
sane.
strange reality of the mythos of the great old ones, as you become more in tune with that by gaining skill points in mythos, your maximum sanity is reduced an equal number of points.
That's
So
awesome. And
if you get
horrible.
5 points in mythos, your maximum sanity goes down to 94.
Basically, the premise of this game is you're doomed.
Yeah.
It's just a
Gonna
matter
die.
of when.
It's, yeah,
But that's what makes it fun.
I see it as like, I don't know if you guys played the GameCube game Eternal
Darkness.
Darkness. It's a great game. But the whole point of that game is that like it's not about any one character. It's all about like the entire story that's told over the centuries. So yes, we'll be telling at least one story here. I have a bunch of scenarios we could run, and there's even some campaigns if we're really digging it. Want to stick with it, but you know, it might not be about. It's probably not going to be about like one person having like a long and storied tale of how. Although maybe, I mean, I imagine some people are going to live, but they're
It's just like a horror movie.
yeah.
Single-handedly brought down Cthulhu.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
No.
Watch the professor will outlive all you mooks.
Yeah, that's right. Probably. And honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I only decided to have there be like a zombie under the thing just so we could show a little chase scene. But I didn't expect that it was going to be 8 versus 2. Like, oh, this will be fun. We can showcase what a chase is like. Yeah, I think it is lethal, just because it can be pretty swingy. But I don't think it's going to be unfairly lethal. I don't know.
I like that it makes you play smart too.
Yes.
That's the other
Yeah,
thing.
you can't just run in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of things are dealing like until you get to like guns, a lot of things are only dealing like 1d3 or 1d6 damage, which is still a lot. I mean, getting hit a few times, it could really hurt. We're gonna have to figure out what the weapon things.
Yeah.
Is 46 feels high,
That
but
is high. I'm looking too at the item list, and it looks like it's mixing modern and 1920s.
Oh.
Yeah, you kind of have to separate
So-
that. It tells you on that. It's page 109 or whatever. Or no, 109?
there's a firearms table here
There's a
under the
firearms
CoC reference,
Yeah.
and it has an arrow listed at the end of it.
Yeah, that's the same thing in the investigator handbook too.
I'm totally buying a 120 millimeter tank gun stabilized.
There you go.
Clearly.
There you go.
What
So-
is needed?
I'll have to figure out something about the guns, I guess. But
I guess
I mean,
for
there's got to be a reload time and stuff.
yeah, I would think so.
Mm.
And then
yeah,
for items, are we spending our money, like our starting money, to buy stuff?
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's if it makes sense for like your character's background or profession, plus a general idea of like your wealth level.
Oh, the shotgun has to do with your range. So when you're in with close range, that does the maximum amount of damage, which is
Oh,
46.
That
The
makes
farther you
Okay.
get away, the more it decreases.
Okay.
It also depends on the type of ammunition you're using.
explosive
Gotcha.
kind.
Yeah.
Explosive ammunition.
Gotcha. So you had a shotgun. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So you were the sawed-off shotgun, 12 gauge.
It says there on the item description 46/1d6, but then solid check on slugs 12 gauge 1d10 plus 6. So I
So
don't know.
yeah, you can choose either to use shot, which would do
I
the
see.
4d6 or 1d6, so it drops off pretty quick. Or you can
Okay.
choose to use like basically a bullet. A slug. It's
Slug.
basically just like one
Giant
big, yeah.
ball.
So it acts more like a rifle. Slugs can impale. Yeah, I'll have to look more into the combat stuff because
Yeah, I'll have to make sure I look through the equipment too and make sure it's a legit 1920s item.
range 5 or 10. I'm assuming that means yards.
Yeah, because I think the range, the total range for shotgun is, or the one I was looking at, it said 50 yards in the description.
Okay.
But then when you're within the 5 or the 10, it changes how much damage it does.
Gotcha. Where are you seeing the?
This is the investigator's handbook. There's a chart for it. I keep
In
losing
the
my
appendices?
page.
Yeah,
I
there it
believe it's
is.
in the appendices.
I
Yes.
see it.
And then they have the actual descriptions for the guns and pictures of them on page 181.
I see him.
Appendices.
Shotguns do 3 levels of damage depending on their range, written as short range / medium range / long range. Rifles and handguns can impale, however shotguns which fire a massive smaller shot cannot impale, although a shotgun loaded with slugs instead of pellets can impale.
So he would have shot that zombie at close range, right?
And the sawed-off shotgun does not have a long range.
Right.
So that's why it only has 2 numbers.
Yep.
So you can only do short or medium.
That makes sense.
We're learning things.
A punch Abe.
All this stuff.
Don't, because I
seems
critically
familiar from when I
succeeded in
played
stabbing you.
D20 Modern too. They had a bunch of the rules for firearms and everything.
Nice. See, 10, 20, 15.
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night,
Yeah.
all.
See you,
I'm
Rachel.
pumped about next week.
Yeah, it'll be
Woo
fun.
woo.
Good night.